Hello, my dear gardeners. Look at this. I'm looking at all the green color outside, and suddenly, since last time I was filming in the garden last week, everything looked gray and beige and kind of dull. And literally overnight, look at my boxwoods, nice and green. They had a little frostbite on this side facing the sun, and suddenly they are all juicy and green. Look at the grass. Grass is green, all my shrubs at the back, arborvitaes, boxwoods. Spring is here. Oh, I love it. And there is a lot going on. So today I'm going to keep you updated. I'm looking at my mulberry tree, which is going to be taken down at the end of this or maybe next week. And there will be plenty of resources to reuse in the garden. You know me with all the wattle fencing. So let me show you around. Oh, it is so cold outside today. So look at this. Last week I kind of went through my honeysuckle major wheeler right here. So I really cleaned up the bottom branches because I like how the raw branches are exposed. And it's not really the time to do it for honeysuckle in spring because I'm going to lose blooms. The usual advice time is after it finishes blooming in summer. Well, I couldn't afford to have all that mess. And this is a second step. Look at all this happening right now. This is my butterfly bush. And I really went in, I took all the old wood. And again, the book advice on butterfly bush is you have to wait for the leaves to leaf out to do the trimming. Since we are starting to have fairly okay winters, this winter was on the cold side. My butterfly bush is staying semi-evergreen through the winter. Plus, butterfly bush reacts so well to rejuvenating pruning. Look, I really cut out all the old stems. As you can see here, look how gnarly and old it is. And my butterfly bush will rejuvenate well. That's the beauty of butterfly bushes. The only thing I left here was this one, this old stem right here. You see? I didn't want to cut it out because look at this, what's happening at the back here. You can see the entrance right there into my big tree right there at the back, and I store there my black composting bags. So I don't want to have a hole there. Soon butterfly bush will green up, will shoot strong side shoots here, so it will quickly grow up in size, so that back space is not going to be visible. Yesterday I spent a good amount of time here at the back, and I was clearing the space underneath our evergreen tree right here. Look how nice and clean it is. Well, just to show you, I filmed how it was before and how it is right now. I made sure that ajuga, variegated ajuga, is not covered by needles here. I installed this path, I believe 2 years ago. It anchored itself, the stones good. They're sitting well in the ground, and now they're framing this entrance into the garden. So we have this entrance here and we have this entrance here under the generous gardener arch, which was nicely trimmed several days ago. So because our mulberry tree at the back has to be taken down this or next week, I'm planning to build my wattle fence here. It's going to be a big project. I'm not sure how I'm going to implement it, but this is what's happening here. That's why I was rushing to clean it all up. And the wattle fence will begin somewhere here, will go behind the trunk, will go all the way there in a circular section. Because regularly we are using this space in the garden like a, well, whatever is not needed, we are just putting it here because there is space. So why to go against the grain? I'm going to cover it up and still use it as the storage space, but then it's not going to be visible. So that was a job for yesterday. Oh, look at all the nice, beautiful rosebuds turning into future leaves. I love this time. generous gardener. Rose, beautiful, beautiful. Usually at this time of the year, there are so many jobs which needed to be done, but rose pruning for me in my garden absolutely takes priority. All the pots got refreshed here. I probably will make a new planting bag. You see, I made it, I think 3 years ago, and look how well it is holding outside. I just left it outside to overwinter because I wanted to test the quality of this fabric. And it is very sturdy. It bleached here under the sun, but that's all what it did. It's holding without no rips, nothing. So I'm going to use the same fabric. We'll make a new bag and we'll plant my annuals there. So yes, so pots are getting ready to be replanted. Look at this. I am planning this year to turn slowly all my pots into cement covered pots, just like this one. I'm trying to do it with this. I'm starting the process with this big container. And you know what? This container doesn't fit into my cement tray, so I have to look for something different, but I will keep you posted. So look what I did here. I took little balls, 99-cent store find, and I glued them here to make a shape. And that would be covered with cement, and the shape would be different on this pot. I will keep you posted how that project is going to look like. What's happening on our back here? Well, back steps, they do, oops, I almost stepped on my, oh my gosh, look at this. I almost stepped on my beautiful daffodils, which are coming out of the ground. And you see this one was stepped on. Look at them, they're coming. Spring is happening, beautiful, beautiful. Lady of Shalott is also getting red buds. The back porch, you can see it's still bare. Our furniture is not out, pots are not out yet. It's not power washed, you see it's full of greenery. But there is a new addition, and it is LUE BONA elevated planting box. And I ordered it in medium size. They do have two sizes, medium and large. And what I like about it is it's a very clever imitation of wood in the garden. You know me, I love natural looking gardens, so I decided to go and order this planting box in brown, and they do sell them in different colors. Some of them are very, very bright and blue, whites, blacks, I believe. This is brown. This box comes with a mesh fabric where you can lay it on the bottom. This way the soil is not going to escape through these holes. But what I'm going to do with this LUE BONA planting box, I'm going to put pots here, you know, some nice looking pots, and do the rotation of them, maybe pots at the bottom. And I'm not sure where I'm going to keep this planter. But the fact that it is an imitation of wood, but actually it's some sort of a composite which is going to last in my garden for many years. Which gardener doesn't like it, right? Well, back to my mulberry tree. I always thought that mulberry tree would be small-sized trees, and this tree is so happy in my garden. Its roots here are in the beautiful, comfortable shade, and it is growing to the point that it is shading all the area here. And at the back, I have new dawn roses growing on the arch. They are slightly struggling, and I'm suspecting it is because the mulberry tree is shading them in the mornings, that valuable morning sun for roses. So we finally contacted the tree removal service, and this mulberry tree would be taken down. The only thing, I had an idea yesterday. I was thinking about this trunk, which is pretty colorful, right? What if, let me show you. Okay, so this is a trunk, right? So what if the guys, the tree removing guys, wouldn't take the tree all the way down, right? But leave a stump here, and I would be able to put a planter with some sort of shade loving annuals, and you see there are two trunks there, so maybe leave one shorter and another taller, because look at this. If those trunks are gone, I have this empty window into my neighbor's garden, and I see that ugly link fence at the back. I can lower the branches of my yew here, and my azaleas, the struggling azaleas here, probably will feel much better. I don't know what to say. What do you think? Do you like this idea? Just to show you how cold it is outside today. The water is frozen here. But look at the daffodils coming in. They're late this season. It would be good to see the beautiful color here. Little birds are starting to build their nests in the garden. They flew away. Let's see, look at all the twigs. And by the way, when I see something like this at the bottom, all sorts of plastic pieces, I know that our birdhouse is going to be occupied soon. Look, they're bringing all the little garbage around, you see? One more thing I want to show you. Look at all these beautiful twigs. We were recently trimming again trees at the back here. I took some twigs down, and they are so soft and beautiful. So I harvested some of them already, and you can see that they're being reused around the clematis on this nice hoop. I have to trim the edges here. I didn't do it yet. I love to recycle all this. Look how big and nice my 2-year-old gooseberry bush is. I grew up among gooseberries in the garden of my grandmother, so I look forward to those berries this year. Boxwoods are so happy and green right now. All the nice new buds. Look at them, ready to start growing. This is a green mountain boxwood. They are very nice. I love them. All right, I'm going into the store to buy a bigger basin for my pot, and let's see what I can do with cement and this. Look, see how it's going to look? And then I can plant it. I will keep you posted. Happy gardening!